So to give it the best chance of survival,
yeah,
we've got a couple of options. And it's either later in the season we could decide to unite this colony to another one, but because it's still relatively early in the season, one of the options might be to remove the queen. Now what I have noticed on the last few visits is that the number of queen cups that they've been building has gradually been increasing.
yeah.
And that may be them having a survival instinct themselves, going, do you know what, I'm not sure Mum's kind of quite there with us, and we're gonna, then she's our best bet for survival.
So you've noticed from your records and observation that she's underperforming.
Yeah.
And you think that,
And I think
because
that they might be getting the same idea.
because there was a slight over preponderance of brood in here.
Is
as well.
the drone is a bit
Drone,
stronger
sorry.
than it should
Yes,
be,
yes.
and
Yeah.
it's not growing at the rate it should be. So the common factor in a lot of that is possibly the queen.
Yeah.
So today, one of the things I'm looking for is can I find her? If I can find her, the other trigger that will be a major thing for me, if they've started to raise queen cells because they're getting unhappy with her. Normally what you do is you'd split the colony, do an artificial swarm, but with a queen that's weak, do you really want to try and build up one of the halves of the split with a queen that's underperforming? So the answer is maybe not.
Yeah.
So to stop a colony swarming, you can just take the queen out.
So we're going to see if we can find the queen.
Yep. And what I might just do is have a box on standby that I can pop her into. If I find her on a frame, the other thing I might do is I might pop her into a box beside me.
Right.
And then instead of cull her, retire her and keep her as a working spare.
So lots
And this
of
is what we
drone
mean by
there.
a bit too much drone.
Yeah.
For the amount of brood we've got a queen cup there. So the real trigger point,
Is that what
I don't think so,
no,
not
it's
by
just-
the
it's
light,
just-
it's the way the light catches
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah.
So there are always quite a few drones on the outer frames,
Right.
and there are always kind of drone brood tends to get put off centre. But I'm just getting the feeling that the balance isn't quite right.
Yeah.
And because a queen to lay a worker egg needs to fertilise it, and for a drone egg doesn't need to.
Yeah.
If there's a question about her fertility,
Yes.
then drone brood can sort of slightly
Yeah.
can increase.
Yeah.
Now all colonies invest differently in drones because
Sure.
it is a bit of a luxury.
Yeah.
But when you see an issue developing,
Because does, in the basis that drones go on their mating flights,
Mhm.
don't they? So if a queen is laying more drone, perhaps she's not so much making for her own colony, but creating.
there
the
could be a
opportunity-
bit of
Is
that
that a
going
queen
into
cup
it. There's a
there?
cup there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that'll be an empty one. But
Yeah.
again, the numbers of those, and we've got
Yes,
another
there's
one there
another
that's
one there.
slightly extended, but again, I think it'll be empty. And it is.
Because it's almost for the sake of
For the sake of the good of the
That's
people.
Right. Yeah. So that's three.
So
queen
it's,
cups on
yeah,
that frame
I
alone,
think last
isn't
time we were up to at least half a dozen, possibly
Yeah.
more.
it? Yeah.
So they haven't raised any cells yet, but again, it's just signs that they're starting to think about it. And
What does
we're
that phrase "raising cells" mean?
they're just making more queen cells
Yes.
and more
Yeah.
cups sort of as they go along. So there's a big difference between the cups,
Yeah.
which all colonies do this time of year anyway, in different numbers. And then if it moves on a step further, then those start getting extended. There she is. So we're just going to pick her up by the wings.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop her in that box. I'm going to get the lid on the box nice and quickly. So that's her separated out. Now I've got to have a little think about what to do. But at least we found her.
And how long is it before they notice she's not around?
About 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They'll know she's missing. Another cup there. Again empty. I'm just checking that there are eggs in some of these cells,
Yeah.
because if there weren't eggs, then they've got no raw material to raise a new queen with.
Right. So finding eggs is harder because they're tiny.
Because they're tiny, they're like a tiny little grain of rice.
So how do you go about looking for eggs?
Make sure you visit your optician regularly. And I've got new glasses this year, it's much easier this year. And just, I don't know, if your camera probably won't see it, but if I look down into the cells there, it'd be difficult with the shadow over it, but just down at the bottom there's this, it's like a grain of rice. The first day after it's laid, it's sort of upright, and then it flops over, and you just need to get the light right on it and look down to the bottom of the cells. Yeah, I can see them in this patch just here.
Yeah. So she's laying eggs.
So she's laying eggs. So we've got the raw materials for them to build a new queen.
Yeah.
More cups up here.
Yeah.
Again, just cups. So we could just chug through the season with this little queen, sort of chugging along.
Yeah.
But I just feel that we're not doing them any favours at the end of the day if we do that. And that they'd be best starting afresh. Another cup there, and that's going to be empty, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. You get a feeling for them. The little acorn, they're like little, excuse me, little acorn cups.
Yes.
They're normally empty. If you see them, kind of the sides of them being extended and they're getting a bit longer, that's when you know that that smoke is going right in my face.
Prevailing breeze.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I think there was brood on 5 frames there. Right. So what I'm going to do is with that frame, I'm going to take that frame out with a little bit of brood on it, not much.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop it in this box
With bees.
with bees on, and then she, I can squeeze her in here. She should be able to do, hopefully. It's going to go in there. I'm going to take that back to another apiary. I'm going to put that into a bigger version of this box, probably with those frames, and I'm just going to let this queen tick over. She'll be our working spare. If suddenly we end up in an emergency with a colony that's not got a queen in it, then she can be the backup.
Right.
But for this colony, I think they're... So what we're going to have here now
Is growing
I just need to get a extra frame to pull in for the one we've got. But what we're going to get here is they'll raise queen cells. In a week's time or slightly under, we'll need to come back and choose the queen cell that we most like, and there could be 20 or more to choose from.
So now you've removed the queen,
They will panic.
There'll be a real...
They will start to raise emergency queen cells. We'll come back, choose the queen cell we want. Then in about another week, because it's in total 16 days until she'll hatch out. If they start with a day 1 egg, we'll have a new queen hatch out 5 days before she's mature, and then up to another 3, maybe 4 weeks before she's mated. So all in all, this colony will be kind of in limbo for 3 weeks to a month. But by back end of June, we should have a new, hopefully stronger queen in here, capable of building this colony up over the rest of the summer, leading to this colony more successfully and with a lot better odds of getting through winter.
Enough stores and brood to keep them going until she starts producing.
Precisely. They've not got any other risk. So I suspect in a couple of weeks they might have made that decision all by themselves. But just time's ticking on through the year, so I'm just going to get in there first and kind of give them a nudge in the direction I think they might go anyway. So I'm just going to pop back to the cart and get another frame to fit in that gap. And then